We have a really exciting show for y'all today. We have some Valentine's discussions, some news, some sports, and a special guest coming in later in the hour. So y'all make sure you keep it locked to the left, and we're going to do our very best to entertain you here. So without further ado, let's kick it off to Lindsey for your KTXT News.
Good morning, Texas Tech. I'm Lindsey, and this is your KTXT News Update. The Texas Senate will hold a final vote today on a controversial bill that would punish local governments and college campuses that fail to fully cooperate with federal immigration authorities. Lawmakers in the upper chamber late yesterday voted in favor of Senate Bill 4 in a preliminary tally that indicates the legislation will move on to the House for consideration. Democrats argue that SB 4 is a deportation bill that would ensnare law-abiding immigrants who are in the country illegally. Republicans can say undocumented immigrants have nothing to fear if they are obeying the law. Texas Senator Ted Cruz says allowing people to purchase health care plans over state lines, expanding health savings accounts, and making health insurance portable are the ways the federal government can improve health care accessibility. In a nationally televised debate on CNN, Cruz said the time to repeal Obamacare is now. Cruz faced off with Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, who argued that access to health care doesn't mean a thing if people can't afford to buy it. Sanders proposed making Medicare a single-payer system for all Americans. Mayor Sylvester Turner calls the just concluded Super Bowl celebration in Houston perfecto. He tells the Houston Chronicle that the positive economic impact of the event on the Bayou City is about $350 million. Detailed numbers on the economic impact are still being processed. Record highs are possible again today in central Texas. The mercury topped at 86 degrees in San Antonio yesterday, breaking the old record of 84 set in 1999. It was even warmer at Austin Bergstrom International Airport. The National Weather Service says the airport recorded 88 degrees, topping the record temp of 84, also set in 1999. The unseasonably warm winter weather will continue today across much of the state. That was your KTXT News Update. I'm Lindsey, and now here is DG with your weather.
Good job, Lindsey. You know, she walked into the studio this morning wanting to know more about KTXT. Had some interest in doing it, and what did we do? We threw her on the air right away. Good job. The National Weather Service forecast for Lubbock and vicinity: sunny today, highs in the mid-70s. Don't think we'll break any records today, but later this week we could, as far as warm temperatures go in February. Welcome to West Texas. Mostly clear tonight, lows in the upper 30s, and more of the same tomorrow. Sunny Thursday, highs in the upper 60s, breezy conditions expected by Thursday afternoon. We may actually be hitting the mid-80s by Friday. It's going to be very interesting. And then Monday, maybe snow. I'm dead serious. That's just how we roll here in West Texas. Currently in Lubbock, mostly cloudy skies, 51 degrees. Wind is from the west at 15 miles per hour with a wind chill of 46. That's what the extended models are showing anyway. I don't put much credence in anything beyond day 3, but it's probably going to be cold at the start of next week. Anyway, back to Women's Crush Wednesday here on Good Morning Texas Tech. You're tuned to the Raider, 88.1.
Thanks so much, DG. I cannot believe it's supposed to snow next Monday.
Maybe we'll just say rain.
Okay.
I think snow was in the forecast yesterday, but, you know, always in motion is the future.
That's crazy.
But it's just, that's weather here in West Texas. You know that.
I do. But it's been so warm lately, though. I almost wore shorts yesterday. I didn't. Obviously, I wanted to wear sweatpants, but I mean, almost, you know. It's fine. Lindsey, thank you so much for that news update. That was really good. She did. She just walked in this morning and was like, I'm here to, oversee and just kind of get a feel for it. And I'm like, how about you read news for us? So she did a great job. And anybody who's listening who's interested in also doing that, you just do the same thing. Walk in and be like, hey, I want to do something, and we will find something for you to do. We had our volunteer meeting last week, and we got a bunch of new people coming in, so we're excited about getting started with all that. But let's go ahead real quick and talk about a couple of these stories before we go to our first song. So the Texas Senate gives preliminary approval to sanctuary cities bill. Just so everybody's clear on what a sanctuary city is, we're Googling that right now. But basically, it's just a safe place for refugees and immigrants who come to our country. You know, that it's states or cities that are welcoming of immigrants, more so than, not necessarily more so than others, but it's the ones that accept and welcome them in sooner than all the other ones, I guess, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Correct?
Yeah. And I think there's only there's only a few states that actually have those cities.
Mm-hmm.
Can't think of the one off the top
No,
of my
there's,
head,
I mean,
but
there's only, there's a few, and right now it's pretty controversial here in Texas. I know there's there's a lot going on in Austin. The bigwigs are talking about whether or not we should have those. But like the actual definition in the United States and Canada, a sanctuary city is a municipality that has adopted a policy of protecting unauthorized immigrants by not prosecuting them for violating federal immigration laws and by ensuring that all residents have access to city services regardless of immigration status. So those are, that's what those are. When we were in Philadelphia last year, last October, we went there for CBI, and there was a protest going on one night while we were walking around downtown, where they wanted Philadelphia to be a sanctuary city, and so they were protesting at City Hall about that. It was really cool to see that and see how, if nothing else, like it's nice just to see that people want to be welcoming and want to help, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people want to have a voice, and they're using their rights, I guess, to do it. So
for sure, I think
that's
it's
neat,
it is. It started a lot of. I know there's a lot of like controversy right now in our country about that kind of stuff, but if nothing else, at least this has sparked like a dialogue between people about what we need to do as humans to help each other, as opposed to just taking care of ourselves.
Yeah, just sitting, like people are actually getting out there and trying to help in any way. So
yeah,
I think that's
good.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? It's good. It's better than I don't know, trying to flip your water bottle and quoting scary 13-year-old girls.
Yeah,
at least we're doing.
Is flipping your water bottle a thing?
It is a thing.
Because my son does it all the time at the house, and it never works. And I'm like, just set it down, like you know.
No, it's a thing. It's a sport now, actually. However,
water bottle.
Yeah, I'm actually really good at it. I would
to
brag.
Are you going to give us a demonstration?
Maybe.
What happens to my son?
Well,
let me see if I can usually get it, but not on the spot. It doesn't.
You
work
did
on
well
the
the
spot.
other day. I saw you practicing, and you hit it like
every time. Man,
so
I was proud.
Is there a name for that? Water bottling?
The waddle
bottle. The waddle
bottle.
Water bottle toss. I don't really know.
We should come up with the hashtag.
Hashtag flip your water bottle.
Hashtag bottle toss.
There we go.
I like that.
See?
Bottle toss. There you go.
Important topics in America right now. Important things. But that just about wraps us up on our KTXT news segment. We'll have more news for you at the half hour. Thank you again, Lindsey, for reading that for us. We're going to go ahead and go into our first song, Love is a Battlefield by Pat Benatar. I'll keep it locked to the left, and we'll be back with your sports after this. Hey, Facebook. Facebook. We were like talking about. We thought this was Jordan Sparks. Even though I have the thing that says it's Pat Benatar.
Oh, by the way,
I still
Facebook is working. We've got it up.
Praise the Lord.
Yes.
That's always good. We were
Thanks
worried
to
about
Josh,
that.
the miracle worker that he is.
Thanks to Josh, the miracle worker. Okay, so you have sports, Deej?
Yes, I do.
Okay, that's good. That's really good.
We're about to find out.
Nothing
was working this morning. I mean, you saw me. I was already in there working. I spent a half hour trying to get Facebook going. Couldn't do it. Had to text Josh. And then I come in here and the automation wasn't working, so we had a slight blip at the top of the show.
That's not good. That's not what you want.
So, no, it's like, but you know what? I'm okay.
Sorry.
I feel good.
Are you okay, Haylee?
Because the rest of the day, it's going to be warm. It's shorts weather.
It's a good day. It's a really good day. Someone just asked for Childish Gambino.
I think we may have some of that.
That's good. We have it somewhere in here. What day is National Weed Day? I don't know.
It's April 20th because it's my mom's birthday. That's why I know this.
20.
All right.
Yeah.
There you go. That's awesome.
The only reason I know that's my mom's birthday. That's the only.
There you go. That works, man. That's funny. Well, man, I'm tired. After the Super Bowl, one of the guys, like, they were asking questions. They were going up and talking to the football players, and he was like, well, what are you going to do now? And he's like, man, I'm tired. I want to go home.
I want to go sleep.
I'm like, I relate. I've never related so much.
I thought you're supposed to respond to that by, we're going to Disneyland.
Man, I'm tired. I'm going to go home. I'm going to bed.
So,
I relate to that.
Haylee, I know that you've
was
got the jersey. When are you putting it on eBay?
The jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow.
Tom Brady's jersey. I know you've got it.
I do have it. because Tom is my boy.
You have the jersey?
I have the jersey Tom Brady wore in the Super Bowl. No, I told Claire's like, what? I don't really know where this came from. I don't know why DJ asked me that. Other than I'm a creep and I love Tom Brady.
He is a pretty person.
He is. He's a good.
He is very pretty.
He's something. Hold on, let me share this on Facebook. Hey, Facebook friends, tune into
shared it.
GMTT Woman Crush Wednesday to listen to me talk like a man.
Yay!
Yay!
It's weird looking at Facebook and like seeing yourself, but
right, but you're not actually you. Yeah.
Weird.
I'm sure our Facebook audience is loving this riveting conversation that we're having right now. Aren't you, Facebook?
It's like the Interstellar movie. Like, have y'all seen that?
I haven't.
It's crazy.
Really?
It's like mind blowing at the end. Yeah.
Is it the one with what's his face?
Matthew
McConaughey.
Mm-hmm.
McConaughey.
No, yeah, it just like goes into science and different. I don't know. I don't even know. I can't even explain it, but it's crazy.
Have you seen that movie, The Arrival or whatever?
No, I haven't.
I don't remember the actress's name. She's like
Amy Adams, right?
Yeah. It's really good.
I heard it. It's nominated for an Oscar.
Really?
I think. Yeah, I need to see it. But
It's one of those, like, if you don't pay attention, like, you get lost. And
Really?
It's really good. Yeah, it's really
those
in-depth.
movies confuse me. I can't think that hard in a movie. I'm like,
I need to.
I
just want to sit.
puppies and.
I saw a really scary one the other day. What's it called? The Autopsy of Jane Doe. I don't know if y'all like scary movies.
I love scary
Me
movies.
too. Oh, it was terrifying.
Yeah.
I love scary movies. Like, I'll sit and watch it all day. But this one, I literally, like, I couldn't look at the screen because I was so just, like, it was, like, disturbingly.
That must have been really, because you
It
like
was.
that,
I
that
do.
really
I love scary
stuff.
movies. And I was like, I don't know what I'm looking at. And it was freaking me out. But it was good. It was a really, really good, well-made scary movie, I think.
I saw a preview for one, and it's about this, like, I guess a mental facility, and when you go, they don't let you leave. So this guy
Ooh.
goes just to kind of like check it out. I think he's a journalist or something like that, and they end up making him stay and make him think that he's crazy, so he can't leave. And it doesn't look like super scary, just kind of weird. But
Yeah.
I kind of want to
sounds
see
like
it.
Sure.
Oh,
Right.
is it called the Cure for Wellness?
Yes, that's what
Yes,
it is.
I want to see that.
I kind of want to
At
see
least
Is
it.
it coming out? Is it already out?
I don't think so.
No, it's not
I
out
think
yet. It's coming out soon though, but it
soon.
looks freaking like it looks good.
It looks creepy. But
Yeah.
I want to see it.
It
I
looks
actually
really
want to
weird.
see this one.
Claire doesn't like scary movies, so
I see like A Dog's Purpose and stuff like that. And then
I
I cried.
haven't seen. See, I don't like going to see those because I don't want to be sad. Like,
Yeah,
I want to be happy.
I cried 3 or 4 times.
I don't want to cry.
It was rough.
I don't want to cry.
Rough as in like
Rough, like rough.
Teresa's
That was
offering you
good.
50 G's for the jersey.
Therese, I'll give you whatever you want for 50 G's, except not whatever you want, but I'll give you the jersey.
Except not.
I'll give you the jersey here. Sav, can you let them in? They're here for the Women's Feminist Alliance. We're having a discussion with them about the vagina monologues, which will be this Friday.
Exciting.
So, Deej, how much time do we have?
About 30 seconds. I'm going to switch everything over, and we got the sports update.
Okay, cool. I'll go talk to them while you're doing the sports update.
Okay.
Thanks, Facebook, for listening. We'll be back.
Yay.
And good morning, it's DG with your KTXT Sports Update. The Rockets pulled away, outscoring the Magic by 14 in the fourth quarter on the way to a 128-104 victory at the Toyota Center. James Harden tallied 25 points and 13 rebounds, while Trevor Ariza added 20. Houston hit 16 threes as they won a second straight game to get 38-17. The Rockets face the Hornets tomorrow in Charlotte before returning home. Houston police are asking for help in finding whoever stole Tom Brady's jersey. Haylee Uptergrove has it. We know this. We were talking about it earlier on Facebook. Police announced they were looking at surveillance footage to see if it caught someone stealing the Patriots quarterback's jersey after Sunday night's Super Bowl. Brady is expected to be interviewed by investigators at some point on the theft. A reward is going to be offered in hopes of getting the jersey back. Meanwhile, the Patriots celebrated their 5th Super Bowl championship in franchise history with a parade yesterday in Boston. Players and coaches filled duck boats and flatbed trucks and rode through the streets in downtown Boston. The Patriots beat the Falcons 34-28 in overtime to win Super Bowl 51 Sunday there in Houston. And in local college basketball action last night, Texas beat Iowa State 67-65. Houston is on the road to take on Tulane tonight, while Rice is at Florida International tomorrow. I'm DG, and that was your KTXT Sports Update.
Thank you so much, DG, for that wonderful sports update.
You're welcome.
You're the bomb. You're the best sports updater we have
Yay,
right now
sports.
on the show, because we aren't doing it.
I'll take that. And I'm going to run with it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome so much. So this past weekend was a very exciting weekend for sports fans. If you're a sports fan, and if you're not a sports fan, it was also fun because you got to eat and drink and watch commercials.
Yes.
So that's what I did. The Super Bowl. It was great. Yeah, we had all of our staff had a nice little staff get together and watch the Super Bowl. And I would just like to point out to everyone listening right now that it was the ladies of KTXT that predicted the winner of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we did.
Not the boys.
Yeah, we did.
Brandon Medina was on our side about the Patriots, but all the other guys said it was the Falcons that were going to win.
I feel like a lot of people thought the Falcons were going to take it all, but
For sure. I mean, yeah, it seemed like it.
You know what I'd like to know?
No,
I'd like to know
yes.
how much money was lost
Oh,
on betting on the
man.
Falcons. You know, I'm sure that there are books in Las Vegas that are probably going bankrupt because of the outcome of the Sunday's
Probably.
game.
That was rough. I felt so bad for
I know.
them.
It was almost sad. It was kind of sad.
It was
for
kind of
the-
sad because they were so excited and they were doing so good, and everybody was like, "Go Underdogs!" You know, like they're gonna. But that didn't. I personally am very happy for Tom Brady. I think that's exciting.
He deserves this.
Yeah.
He's just so deserving. So attractive.
Claire, he's just like, he's hot, but I don't know how to like word that in a way that.
I guess he's a good football player. I
He's
don't know.
also he's got married to a supermodel, all of that.
They
but
kept showing her.
She
during
was
the Super
so
Bowl, and I was
excited
like,
at
wow,
the
she's so
end.
pretty.
She is. She's beautiful. I was like, Tom Brady gets to go home to his supermodel wife, Giselle. So whether he loses or wins the game, he wins in the end, right?
Yeah. And what a name. Giselle.
Giselle.
Like, I just imagine the...
Giselle the Gazelle.
Yeah, the gazelle. That's what they're called. I couldn't think of what they were called. Yes.
That's okay.
Gazelle.
That's okay. Yeah, I'm glad they won. And he's got 5 Super Bowl rings now. So, like, wow, that's amazing.
Ridiculous.
It is.
That's crazy. I wonder how much one Super Bowl ring is worth.
I don't know.
But it's a lot.
I'm sure a
It's
lot.
all bedazzled and...
Bedazzled. Your rings have been bedazzled by
Yeah.
the bedazzling company. Bedazzlers. It's
Maybe a
the
commercial.
official bedazzling sponsor of the Super Bowl.
Wow. I think they should totally do that next year.
You think so?
Just bedazzle all the rings.
There you go. That's smart. Well, real quick, before we jump into our next song, what was y'all's favorite commercial from the Super Bowl this year? Do y'all have a favorite one?
I think it was right after the Super Bowl finished, and our professor showed this in class yesterday. But it's about soldiers, and I guess they had the soldiers go into this room because they were in. I'm not sure where
They
they
were on
were.
base.
Yeah, they were on base, but they went inside this little room, and it was just a screen, like a 360 screen, and they got to FaceTime their family while they were at the Super Bowl, and that was really cool. They got to watch the Super Bowl
Yeah.
too. So I think it was for Hyundai.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
It was really neat and like a
It was
tearjerker.
cool.
But and I guess they like put it together
Like during the Super
during the
Bowl.
Super
They had
Bowl,
to
which
have.
is
That's
crazy. But it's really cool if you haven't seen it.
It's a good
It's
one.
a good one.
For sure.
What about you? What's your?
My favorite, I like the Budweiser commercial about the immigrants. I thought that was cool, about the guy coming over from Germany to make his beer, and I really enjoyed that one. If you haven't seen that one, you should go look it up because it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was really good, and he was
cute too.
Yeah,
that always helps.
Not that matters,
but it definitely helps. Lindsey, what was your favorite one?
I honestly didn't watch the Super Bowl, but I saw the Kia commercial with Melissa McCarthy, and I thought that was pretty funny.
That was hilarious.
That was a good one.
I love her. That was so funny.
Yeah.
That was for our listeners. That one was where Melissa, she was a advocate for all these different causes, but they ended up hurting her in the end, and it was really
she was
funny.
just falling and flying everywhere.
Yeah,
That was great.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. DJ, you look like you want to chime in on what your favorite one was.
Like Lindsey, I didn't watch the game either. I kept getting the updates, and I thought, well, Atlanta has this more than well in hand at the end of the third quarter, and
Nope.
I didn't even watch the commercials. Actually, I watched all the commercials on Monday on YouTube.
That's okay. I understand.
So
A lot of people
I think
did that.
I'm not sure, but I think maybe Lisa Lowe will be coming to talk about that maybe later in the show or something. We'll see.
Yep.
We'll find out. But I like the Hyundai spot with the military ones joining their loved ones then in the stadium with the 3D technology. I thought that was really cool.
It was good.
I also watched the original 84 Lumber spot that got nixed by the network. And then I watched the one that actually ran. I thought they were both very good, but I thought the first one was the better of the two.
Okay.
And if you didn't see the first one, you kind of really don't know what she's doing in the second one. But maybe we'll talk about that later. But yeah, it was interesting.
We can do that.
Not the greatest Super Bowl commercials I've seen. Usually the Super Bowl was always reserved for the humorous and the best.
Mm-hmm. And they weren't really this year.
I would say that, well... Let's just say that 2017 has been an interesting year so far. We're already 2 months in.
2 months in, everybody was like, last month was a trial month. And I'm like, what about February?
February is a trial month, too.
Can this all be a trial year? It's fine. We'll take a fresh start.
Hashtag not my year.
Hashtag not my year. Yes. Okay, well, on that note, thank you for that, DG. We're going to go ahead and go into Little Talks by Monsters and Men here on KTXT Women Crush Wednesday. Y'all keep it locked to the left, and we'll be back after this. Hey, Facebook. Hey,
So
Beach.
just a reminder to our Facebook audience, we cannot play the music of our show over Facebook. Otherwise, they'll pull it due to copyright. So
That's why you're getting stuck with our
that's why
beautiful
we're talking
voices.
to you instead. So
No, you really guys, y'all want to hear us. I know you want to hear me. It's good. Lindsey, do you want to read again the news update or hold on. DG, do you think we have time to do a segment, or should we just go right into news after this and then...
if you want to go into news after this, I'm cool with that.
Okay.
Does she have one or two stories she could read? Lindsey?
Yes. Yes.
Lindsey, let's do a couple of things. Can you see me? First, let's take that microphone and let's tilt it up. And let's bring it. You see how close I am to mine? Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
You're fine.
You don't have to swallow the mic, but we do need to hear you better.
Yes,
And
sir.
that would help. So, we need to hear Lindsay's story.
Okay.
She just walks in straight out of the hallway. Yeah, I'm interested in the radio station. You want to read some news? Okay.
Okay.
That's how it went.
Sorry if I did bad.
Oh,
No,
you're doing
you're
great.
fine. You're doing great. You're doing great. Hold on.
You're doing it so well that you're proving my point that anyone can do this. I mean, if I can do this, anyone can do this. And you're doing good. So, me, not so much.
Dude,
I'm 0
you're
for 3
great.
today.
You're a great man.
Couldn't get Facebook working. Couldn't
That's
get the
okay.
automation working.
That's okay, man.
Maybe I just need to take the rest of the day off.
I wouldn't mind doing that too. Okay, so I just went ahead and the ones
I
that
just
are
need a power nap.
lined around. If you want to read, 3 of those maybe, and then we'll introduce you. We're all sick in here, so that's great.
Are you spreading disease and contagion in my studio?
I don't know, what's it sound like?
Sounds like you're spreading disease and contagion in my studio.
That's what's happening then. So yeah, so we'll come back after the song, and I'll just talk for a minute and just ask you, tell us a little bit about yourself, like why you came to tech, and
Lindsey, what's
is
your
that
last
good?
name?
Privett.
Privett.
Yes, sir.
Who is Lindsey Privett?
I
It's
don't
okay.
even
in, like,
know.
It's
one
okay.
word.
You're good. I'll ask you some questions.
Okay, so
We'll do
one
a
or
quick
two
little
Vs?
Q&A.
1V.
2 T's?
2 T's.
Privett?
Yes, sir.
Oh, there you go. Where's home?
Houston.
Planet Houston.
Mhm, yes,
Oh,
sir.
she's got the jersey.
Yeah.
She's
yeah, I
got
heard it was
She's
stolen.
got the jersey. 1 minute away.
Awesome.
Do I
Cool.
need to do this whole...
Claire, where's home?
Yeah, go ahead. Well, because we're
Dallas
Well,
or east of Dallas.
I'll just kind of ask you a little
East
bit
of
about how,
Dallas.
Yeah, I'm
where you
from
came, where you're
Forney.
from, why you came to
Super
Tech,
small town.
why you chose journalism. Does that work? And can you? Okay,
yeah.
cool. And what your favorite thing about Texas Tech is, and then we'll go ahead after we do that, and you can go into the news. And so you just say, and I'll just lead into that and be like, okay, well, thanks so much, Lindsey, for stopping by and joining us. She's going to go ahead and leave us with our KTXT half-hour news update. So, Lindsey, take it away.
Okay, and then what do I say at the end?
Same thing. That was your KTXT news update. Thanks, Deej. Okay, bye, Facebook. We'll be back. Alrighty, that was Little Talks by Of Monsters and Men. You're tuned in to Good Morning Texas Tech. This is Woman Crush Wednesday. The ladies of KTXT take over the studio for the morning, and it's fun. We have a great
so
time
fun.
in here. It's so fun.
Hashtag Woman Crush Wednesday.
Hashtag Woman Crush Wednesday. Hashtag not my year. That's
not
my
my
new.
year.
That's going to be my new thing.
Trial year? Question mark?
Trial year. But yeah, we're going to go ahead. We've got your half-hour news coming up. But before we get into that, we're going to just talk to Lindsey a little bit here. Lindsey, you're from Houston, correct?
Yes.
Okay. How'd you end up in at Tech in Lubbock?
Originally, I decided to go to Tech because it was the furthest away from home while staying in state. It is. But then I decided to come just visit, and because it was just a joke to come here at first when I was telling my mom, because I was like, I'm just going to get away. And then I visited campus and I fell in love with it. So that's
Are you? Are any of your family Tech alumni? Or are you the first?
I am the first.
Wow,
There you
new
go.
tradition.
Yeah, definitely starting a tradition.
Yeah.
I was kind of the same way. Lubbock's as far away from my hometown as you can get without going to like North Texas. What is it? West Texas A&M, and stay away from there and just go to Tech. But yeah, it's the same thing. So you're a journalism major?
Yes, ma'am. I
Why'd you
am.
choose journalism?
I've always been like into writing. I mainly like wrote nonfiction whenever, like I did poetry and stuff. And I thought going into journalism would be a way I could write, but also potentially like do some good with
Yeah.
it. So I just figured this would be the best path for me to take.
That's awesome. That's very cool. Where did you stay your freshman year? What dorm were you in?
Murdo.
Murdo. Me too. I was there the
Yeah.
first half of my freshman year at Murdo, and then I moved to Chitwood.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Did you like Chitwood? Or is-
I did. Well, I actually I met kind of Claire and Kirsten and a bunch of
Yeah.
my friends in Chitwood, but we ended up in this little like converted suite room kind of instead of a regular dorm. It was like a converted studio, so it was really big, and we had like a lot of space, and I had my
Basically
own
like an
side.
apartment kind
Yeah,
of thing.
and it was really nice. So I kind of lucked out on that, but it was beautiful.
It was so amazing. We would all just come in there and hang out because it was huge. Your room was like the hangout.
There was so
hangout
much room in there. It was great. It was great being by all the food at Sam's too. But like the market is at Murdo, so
Yeah, we have the market, and I enjoy the market a lot too. So it's so good.
it
I
is
love the
good.
market.
It's great. We always hit that place up for lunch when we're over here. But yeah, Lindsey, one more question. What's your favorite thing about Texas Tech?
That's a hard one.
KTXT.
KTXT, yeah, there we go.
There you go.
Thank you.
Shameless plug right there. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Lindsey. I'm so glad you came in and got to just see what we do here. We're going to go ahead and let you run it, take off with the news, and then we'll be back later with more cool GMTT stuff.
Alrighty, so here is your KTXT news update. We now know the name of the state senator who drew the wrath of President Trump in yesterday's meeting with the nation's sheriffs. The Austin American-Statesman is identifying the politician as State Senator Bob Hall of Edgewood, a Trump supporter. The White House says the president was joking when he offered to destroy the career of the unnamed politician who was seeking legislation barring the forfeiture of property without a criminal conviction. The newspaper concluded it was Hall after a reporter narrowed the field through an email exchange with the sheriff who complained to Trump. The Permian Basin oil boom is continuing with the sale of West Texas oil field by a Fort Worth company for nearly $3 billion. Double Eagle Energy Permian LLC announced yesterday that it will sell 71,000 acres in the Midland Basin to Austin-based Parsley Energy. Permian oil fields are some of the hottest properties in the energy industry right now, with 3 transactions this year totaling more than $12 billion. A new report says Texas would be the biggest loser should the Trump administration get the U.S. into a trade war with Mexico. The study by Wallet Hub says the Lone Star State would suffer the most if a 20% tariff is slapped on Mexican goods crossing the border. President Trump says the tax would be used to pay for the construction of the $15 billion border wall. Wallet Hub says Texas would pay the biggest price economically, followed by Arizona, Michigan, New Mexico, and Kentucky. Over 200 people are facing charges from a 10-day prostitution sting operating in Harris County. KTRK-TV is reporting the arrest, including members of the Houston Fire Department, Houston ISD employees, and a former Houston police sergeant. Officers say 21 of the 249 arrests were directly related to Super Bowl activities and prostitution. Police say the majority of the suspects were prostitutes, and one suspect admitted to being a pimp. That was your KTXT News Update. I'm Lindsey, and now here's DG with your weather.
Good job again, Lindsey. The National Weather Service forecast for Lubbock and vicinity. Sunny today, highs in the mid-70s with northerly winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight, lows in the upper 30s. Southeasterly winds expected, and essentially more of the same tomorrow. Sunny skies Thursday, highs in the upper 60, and breezy conditions expected by tomorrow afternoon. Looks like we might actually get up into the 80s on Friday, and then a cold down early next week. Currently outside in Lubbock, mostly cloudy skies, 51 degrees. Wind is from the northwest at 14 miles per hour. That's creating a wind chill of 46 degrees. Coming up next, here on Women's Crush Wednesday, some Britney Spears. Oops, I did it again, right here on the Raider, 88.1. Okay, Facebook. It's about 35 minutes past 8 o'clock. We've got some Britney Spears on the radio signal. And as you can tell from our Facebook video feed, we're getting set up for the next segment. Stand by. Trying to figure out when did this song actually come out?
This one?
Yeah, when did Britney Spears come out with Oops, I Did It Again?
No, not 2000, maybe 90.
Late 90s? 98? Okay.
I think, yeah.
Maybe somebody there on the Facebooks can Google it. What are you doing? Are you doing an Instagram filter thing?
I'm trying some for our Snapchat.
I like that one. The butterflies coming off my headset. Oh,
Nice.
it's so cute. So we're just filling some time while we get ready for the next segment. So it's going to be unseasonably warm here in Lubbock, even for West Texas in February. You know, highs in the 80s. We might actually break a high, set a new record. Come on in, Lisa Lowe. We're just filling time on Facebook. We got about a minute left. You're fine. They're going to talk about the vagina monologues. That's going to be on Texas Tech. I'm not sure where they're having it. Anyway.
I'd like to know too. This past Friday, the first Friday art trail, they had it was a great exhibit, but it was like all the art was like vaginas and things relating to women, and I'm wondering if maybe they were.
It could be.
Where
Could
was
be.
it?
It could be related.
The
I
first
don't
Friday
know.
Art trail it was across from.
All right,
Laura
stand
and
by. We got more
more,
Women's Crush Wednesday of Good Morning
exhibits,
Texas Tech just ahead here on the Raider. Stay tuned.
I don't think.
Officer. Alrighty, that was Oops, I Did It Again by Britney Spears. You're tuned into the Raider 88.1. This is Good Morning Texas Tech, Women Crush Wednesday edition. I'm talking too fast for my brain to comprehend what I'm trying to say. But we have some special guests here in the studio today. We're really excited that they're here. We have Trisha Earl, in charge of the Women's Studies Coordinator. Yes,
that's me.
Awesome. And then Katherine Haylee, she's here as the PR person
officer.
PR officer for the Tech Feminist Majority Leadership Alliance. That is a lot of words.
It is. We just say FMLA.
That works. That works.
Yeah.
But we're really glad to have y'all in the studio today. We have a really cool event on campus this Friday called the Vagina Monologues. I've heard so much about this, but I've never actually, I've never been to one. I've never had an opportunity to go. So can you tell us a little bit about what the Vagina Monologues are?
Sure. Also, our production of the show is actually Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Oh, perfect.
So people can come on any of those days that work for them. The Vagina Monologues was actually written by a writer named Eve Ensler. She wrote a book in 1994, and it's based off of 200 interviews from women of all different backgrounds. And she wrote these monologues that are based off of those stories. So in 1996, she started an off-Broadway play that initially was just her in a chair and reciting all these monologues. But over time, people have done different variations. They've done it with multiple actresses. I think there's been a show with just transgender actresses. And so FMLA is doing their own version of it.
Wow. So it's going to be tech students doing this performance.
Right.
That is so cool. That's awesome that y'all are giving students a chance to be a part of something like this. That's really cool. Can you explain to our listeners exactly what FMLA is, what the Presence on Campus does for campus?
Right. So FMLA is a student organization. We talk a lot about intersectional feminism, and our meetings are every other week. We just had ours yesterday. We do mostly discussion, education, and activism. So a lot of our focus especially is on campus. It's on campus, and we do a lot of things for sexual assault, a lot of advocacy for our rights as students.
Okay.
So, that's basically what we do. We also have a lot of events coming up in the spring semester, too.
Cool. That's awesome. Just real quick, Tech Feminist Majority Leadership Alliance is what FMLA stands for.
Right.
Yes? Okay, cool. Awesome. Just want to make sure that was super clear. We're going to have all of this information available on our website. Once the show is over, we'll have it posted so people can get in touch with the organization if they want to, or have information just about when the showings are going to be. But, okay, so we were talking a little bit before we got started on this interview. I had Katherine send me some talking points about what we're going to cover, and on it, it says the giant vagina and goodie bags. And I had no idea what that was. So she did a good job explaining to me. So can you explain to our listeners what that's about?
Yeah, so for people coming to the Vagina Monologues, there's a chance for them either before or after the show to approach this giant fabric vagina. It has a hole through the center, and we have one of our own members behind the vagina. And we have a whole bunch of goodie bags that have condoms, different resources. We have a chocolate vagina, too.
Sweet.
Yeah.
There you go.
And so the whole point of the vagina is to show consent and also to demystify the vagina, because people should be okay with approaching a giant vagina and not being totally freaked out, which a lot of people are. But
Yeah.
then, they learn. It's all an education process. And so we encourage the people approaching the vagina to ask for consent. They have to say, is this okay? Can I have a goodie bag? Are you all right with this? So it's just reinforcing what, the whole concept of consent and what to do.
That's really, really cool. That's a great idea, too. And chocolate is always a good reinforcer. That's cool. Okay, so what's the goal of the Vagina Monologues?
We're, like I said earlier, we're trying to demystify the vagina. We're trying to let women know that it's okay to talk about their anatomy, and it should be something that's comfortable to talk about. We shouldn't, we shouldn't be afraid of it. And I think it kind of also ties into sex education, especially in Texas, where it's not encouraged in schools at all to talk about sex ed, especially since a lot of places in Texas are abstinence only. So it's a lot of that too, and we really want to help stop sexual violence against women and girls. And a lot of the Vagina Monologues is also about that. There's some monologues that do touch on that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the monologues themselves range from war-torn countries and a young woman who's the victim of rape as a tool of war. There's also a woman in her older age talking about her first time. There are women talking about the fact that I go to the doctor and here's what I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm nervous as heck, and how do I get through that? So the monologues are like Katherine said, over 200 women were interviewed by Eve Ensler. And again, all of this started because she started sharing things with her friends, and in those small groups, they began to realize there were some similarities in either how they were taught to either be shameful of their bodies, how they're being told, oh, don't be too sexy, right? And there's this structure in media of how to do that. So the monologues do range from a variety of stories, but ultimately it's this idea to get past this shame, get past this, and let's listen to what the women actually have to say.
That's awesome. That is really good. Has Tech done something like this on campus before, or is this the first?
This is the 10th?
This is about the
10th time we're
10th
doing
year.
it.
Okay, awesome. That is so great.
Yeah, FMLA has been around since 2000. I was here for grad school. And so I went to my first meeting in 2000.
That's
so I'm very
awesome.
fortunate to be the advisor for them and to see this continue. There was another group of women who splintered off from FMLA, and they were called V-Day. And if you want to learn more about what V-Day is, which is based off of what the Vagina Monologues are, that was a student organization that also did the Vagina Monologues. So they've been going on for about 10 years through FMLA, but I would say longer because there were both organizations doing this.
That's awesome. Wow. Thank y'all so much for coming on here and talking about this. It's really important, especially since it's Woman Crush Wednesday. I feel like this is a great time for all of us to just get to sit and discuss this, because I feel like it's something that doesn't get brought up a lot, and it's just something that makes people uncomfortable or that they don't want to talk about. So thank y'all so much for this. This is awesome. Is there anything else y'all want our listeners to know about the Vagina Monologues or just about FMLA in general?
There are free tickets that y'all have.
Yes, we have 4 free tickets that we will be giving away. We'll post on our website about some more information about how to get those and how, when and where this event's going to take place, times, all of that information. So, yes. Right. All right. Cool. If you want to reiterate, it's going to be Thursday, Friday, Saturday in the
Escondido Theater in the sub.
Theater. Okay,
and
cool.
Thursday, doors open at 5, and then Friday and Saturday, we have a resource fair at 6.
Cool.
And then doors open at 6:30.
Awesome.
And we will have tickets at the
If
show.
they haven't been sold out.
If they haven't been sold out, cash only $5 per ticket.
And they're tabling today out in front of the sub and tomorrow out in front of the sub from 11 to 1.
Great.
That's where you can pick up your tickets.
Great. Well, we will post all of that information on our website for our listeners. We have 4 free tickets to the show. So if y'all are listening and y'all are interested in that, we will let you know how you can get those too. Thank you guys so much for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, absolutely. We're going to go ahead and throw it to our next song, Love Me Tender by Elvis Presley, in honor of Valentine's Day. Y'all keep it locked to the left. We'll be back after this with What's Trending. Perfect.
Lumber 84. Go ahead.
All right. Good morning, Texas Tech. You're tuned into the Raider 88.1. That was Love Me Tender by Elvis Presley. Always one of my favorite songs. I was really excited when Alaina picked that one because I just love Elvis.
Makes me want to take a nap.
For real. Take a nap. I'm like, it makes me want to go slow dance. So I want to take a nap. That's all right, though. All righty. Well, we have Professor Lowe here in the studio with us for What's Trending this morning. How are you today?
I'm fantastic. Good morning.
Good morning. Awake.
Yeah,
bubbling.
we're all awake. I need more coffee. I got my coffee in my hand. And I'm loving the new sleeves. They're Valentine's Day.
Oh,
So happy
cute.
Valentine's Day from Starbucks, I guess.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
Love that. All right. Well, good job,
More
Starbucks.
coffee. Yep. Cheers.
All right. Well, it's time for one of my favorite segments, What's Trending on the interwebs today. There's so many. I figured it would be a lot of stuff about the Super Bowl. Am I correct? Or
You are very correct, but I thought I would lead with something that just broke this morning.
Okay.
If you own a Vizio television, they have just settled a very large lawsuit because they have been secretly tracking your viewing habits. And they are accused of selling that information along with, you guys know what PIN is, by the way? PIN? Okay, well, when you take my class in the fall, you'll learn.
I'll learn.
PIN stands for Personally Identifiable Information.
Oh.
Okay.
So you, or PII, excuse me. PII stands for Personally Identifiable Information. So they have coupled the information of your viewing habits with your name and other information, and allegedly sold that to other folks.
That's super
so
illegal.
they quietly settled that. But I think it just kind of I want to remind everybody, be careful about the terms of service when you zip through that. Okay, I'm acknowledging this platform or whatever. You're giving a lot of permissions away, and they in fact could have buried the permissions way in that,
Right.
Okay, I got it. So be very cautious of that. And then I want to talk about the Internet of Things. You guys familiar with that term?
I've heard it before. I don't think I could sit here and discuss what it is.
Okay, well, that's why I'm here. So the Internet of Things refers to things that connect to the Internet, like a smart TV, like your refrigerator that will tell you that you need milk. Like I've even seen, I saw a crock pot that is Internet enabled. All kinds of security devices, you see them everywhere. And these devices are not very secure. So last October, some hackers exploited that and brought down, I don't know if you guys remember, but not being able to get on Twitter, Spotify was down, PayPal was down in a what we call a DDoS attack, which basically they're pinging these accounts so frequently that they're bringing their service down. But like all of alarms and security things that were connected to the Internet that had passwords like 1 2 3 4 5,
Right.
Because let's be honest, if you've got a crock pot, how secure does it need to be?
Yeah.
Well,
Very apparently, as it would turn out.
so just one of those things. So Super Bowl related, Lumber 84. I'm assuming that you guys have all kind of heard about their commercial, their cliffhanger, if you will, because Fox rejected it and said, it's a little bit too controversial, the end part. So they cut it. They had originally bought a 90-second spot for $15 million.
Wow.
Goodness.
$15 million. So they cut it in half and put the rest of it online and invited everyone to come see the end of it. Well, the interwebs crashed Lumber 84's site. So by now, if you wanted to see it, you can see it now.
Okay.
But I thought that was interesting. Yeah. Very strong immigration theme.
On a lot of the commercials.
And the advertisers are denying that was something that they were, responding to the ban. And I pretty much agree. Turning something like that around that quickly would be difficult. But then the importance of spelling. Can we just talk about the importance of spelling?
It's so important. And punctuation, proper
and
grammar.
punctuation.
It's just
It's so sad.
But the boycott Budweiser, boycott Budweiser trending topic on Twitter was basically a non-starter because they didn't even spell Budweiser correctly.
That's so sad.
They phonetically spelled it BUDWISER.
Oh,
DG, this is a travesty that I can't live with. Are you with me?
I'm with you.
I just don't understand how
That's
you
just
spell
sad.
things wrong. Like you
So why were we boycotting Budweiser?
Well, they had the spot featured the
This
founder.
was the German immigrant, right?
Yeah,
And
German
this was
immigrant.
my favorite
I love
commercial.
this one.
And, again, the backlash, I think, because of the base, if you drink Budweiser's American drink, let's be honest. So I think they suffered backlash because of the immigration theme. And that's certainly what came through on Twitter. But, let's face it, if you can't even spell the company name correctly,
Yeah.
Well, and
You
the
need to
irony,
rethink
the
it.
irony to me is, when was it? 6, maybe 8 years ago, they had the farting horse. This was the Budweiser spot. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yes.
They've come a long way, haven't
And
they?
there was no hue and cry for that. But when we show the true story of how the Budweiser company came about, we can't.
We can't
We
show
can't have
that.
that.
just, FYI, if you want to organize, which we're definitely a democracy, at least to date, I believe. You can
Supposedly.
organize, but spell the company name right.
Make it right.
I agree.
Even if it's a hashtag, make it right, please.
I agree
So,
very much.
students listening, GSP, important, y'all.
It is. It's very important. Journalism majors, that's like the bane of our existence, is the GSP. But once you do it, it's good. It's
Okay, so
important
one
things.
last trending topic. Did you guys see that Texas Tech, hashtag Texas Tech is trending? Did you
Really?
talk about that earlier?
Really?
No, I
Why?
tried to
See
listen on
that.
the way in.
Why
but-
are we trending?
Ooh, juicy.
We're behind.
Ooh, I'm excited. I'm not up to date right now. I woke up late.
For a good, I'm going to say it's a positive thing, not
Okay.
a negative thing. Texas Tech was trending over the weekend because our neighbors, the School of Architecture students got together and put the notice, the things in the window that
Yes.
said, "We won't build your wall."
Yes.
And
I
made a
saw
political
that.
statement. It wasn't on official channels, but that kind of made it to the internet under the hashtag Texas Tech and no ban, no wall. So there you go. We were trending.
There you
for-
go.
Wow.
Recon. I saw that.
Famous.
That-
Yeah.
Yes, that's pretty
I remember
cool.
seeing that.
So
I was excited about
yeah,
that.
I am too. I'm not making a political statement, but I think that was very creative.
It was.
Me
It was a
too.
very good way for them to use their resources.
And people saw it too, got out there. So
Yes, it
that's
did.
good.
That's fabulous. Well, thank you so much for what's
You're
trending.
welcome.
I
Thanks
love
for
doing
having
this
me.
segment. Of course.
This is fun.
We have about roughly 5 minutes left on the show. So we were going to do this segment earlier. Dr. Lowe or Professor Lowe, you can jump in on this with
Okay,
us. We're just going to
sure.
talk about Valentine's Day, the history, because it's coming up next Tuesday. I know some people love Valentine's Day. Some people hate Valentine's Day. How do y'all feel about Valentine's Day?
Yay! Love. I like to look at Valentine's Day.
How do you make the heart?
Yeah, the little. I mean, like, yes, you can have, a boyfriend or girlfriend. But also, you can appreciate the ones like your family, the ones that you love, your friends.
That's
you
true.
can kind of do it
Yeah.
in so many different ways. So I think it's a fun day to just
Yeah,
remember the ones that you love in your life, and
that's fair.
Yeah.
if you have a boyfriend or girlfriend, great,
Yeah.
Even better.
good for you.
Don't take it too seriously.
Yeah, it's just a holiday.
Yeah, just another day.
Yeah.
I know. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. So give flowers, I think, give candy, but not just on Valentine's Day. I think I'm going to order
Yeah.
myself some Sherry's berries, though.
Oh,
Yes,
that's the best
that
part.
sounds good.
Man.
I should do that too.
Everybody should go out and buy themselves some chocolate-covered strawberries on Valentine's
Happy
Day.
Valentine's Day to me.
Yes, I agree with that wholeheartedly. How about that?
How about that? We talked about that in my class this week.
Really?
How about that?
Mimes, as DG calls
Oh,
them.
Mimi's.
Mimi's.
That girl, she's getting super famous
She
from
is.
this. Like, she's the paparazzi. There's so many videos of her just, like, hounded by the press right now. And
Yeah.
I'm like, she's, like, 12 years old. What? She's
Like-
when I was 12, if I disrespected my mom like that, there would be no paparazzi.
I'll get.
I would
a
be
whooping.
dead.
Yeah.
Mom would have said,
Yeah.
"Cash me outside."
Catch me outside,
How
and,
about that?
and my mother would have taken me up on it.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's where the switches were.
We got wooden spoons.
There you
Ooh,
go.
Wow.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
Ouch.
Oh, ouch.
That was before CPS existed.
That's okay. My grandma kept one in her purse, and she would carry it around. We went to a football game once, and I was like kicking the lady in front of us. I was 3. I was little bitty, and she would. She was telling me the story. She's like, I just leaned over and I was like, Haylee, look at my purse. And she opened it up and there's this long wooden spoon in there. And I stopped real quick.
Wow.
But the lady I was kicking, she was also a grandma, and she turned around and was like, look what's in my purse. And she had one in there too.
No way. That's so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah. Parenting. It used to be something we actually did.
Back in the day.
Back in the way back when. Man, that's so true though.
Yeah.
I think that'd solve a lot of problems if we were still allowed to do stuff like that.
I know.
But-
It'd solve everything.
For real. That's all right. It's all good. Well, I have a couple friends who are doing like an anti-Valentine's Day thing. Have y'all ever heard of those?
Those are
They're,
great.
Yeah, like it's all black and skulls and
Are
just
you a
like
Valentine Velociraptor?
what?
A Valentine Velociraptor?
No.
Okay.
I don't
that's
even
what-
know what that is.
Yeah, what is that?
What is that, Deej?
That's what Anne used to call the anti-Valentine stuff. Valentine's Velociraptor.
Anti-velocity. That's funny. No, they're not about Valentine's Day, and so it's going to be all these like really good breakup movies and black
flowers.
and dead flowers and all that fun stuff.
Oh,
So
yes.
Very
I could get on
pleasant.
board with that.
I could handle it. That'd be fine. Alrighty, well, you've been listening to Good Morning Texas Tech, Woman Crush Wednesday edition. Thank you so much for joining us for this last hour. It's been so much fun here in the studio. Thank you, Claire.
Yeah, no problem.
Absolutely. Thank you, Professor Lowe, for coming and joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Anytime. And thanks, DG and Sav, for running board for us. Y'all are great.
And Lindsay.
And Lindsay. Thank you, Lindsay, for stopping by. Anyone else who is interested in doing that, feel free. We'll find something for you to do. Make sure you tune in Friday for Good Morning Texas Tech with all the men of KTXT. It'll be a very fun time. Y'all have a great
Not as
rest of
fun
your
as
day.
Women Crush Monday, though.
Yeah,
or
that's
Wednesday,
true.
excuse me.
That's
Right.
true. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Keep it locked to the left.
All right, it's Undercurrents. I'm Greg McVicker. Welcome. Are you doing good?